Hi, I'm Mark Kempson. This is the Great British Chef's Signature Series. I've been brought up cooking quite traditionally, but I really enjoy eating a massive variety of different foods. I really like Thai food. When people eat my food, I really want them to be satisfied. For me, dining out now is about the whole package. Amazing wine, amazing food, amazing service. Ultimately, we eat desserts because we want to be satisfied, we want to have something sweet at the end of our meal. This one for me, you have fruit, you have creaminess, you have acidity. This is just a perfect end to a meal for me. This dish is actually a dessert, so it's poached Yorkshire rhubarb, crème fraîche cream, which is set in a glass. That's topped with a blood orange jelly, and that's finished, there's some vanilla in there. These two ingredients, so the blood orange and rhubarb, they just pair so naturally and so well together. So the oranges are not British, they come from Italy. They have amazing, intense, sweet juice and colour, and the Yorkshire rhubarb grown in the dark. It's just amazing, amazing colour, amazing flavour. So the first thing we need to do is make the crème fraîche. Okay, so for this we have some lovely Madagascan vanilla. There's some milk, sugar, British crème fraîche and gelatine just to set it. What I really like about this, it's a really soft set. So it's all about mouthfeel. When you dive in through the layers, it's just one delicious mouthfeel. There's no resistance, it just bursts in your mouth. So we're going to take the sugar, the milk, add the vanilla to that, and that just needs to be gently warmed. We don't want to boil that, we're just warming it. Okay, now we're going to soak the gelatine. I like to do this in icy water to ensure that we're not going to have any gelatine dissolved into our water here. It softens it and then it allows you to melt it down gently into your liquid. So the gelatine is now soaked. We're going to give that a good squeeze. That's going to go into our warm, sweetened milk with the vanilla. It's really important we don't boil this. We don't want to boil it, we could lose the strength and the structure of the gelatine. Just give that 30 seconds to a minute just to make sure that gelatine is dissolved. What we have here is an ice bath, so that's just plenty of icy water and another bowl sat over the top of that. So just taking the heat out of that, allowing the gelatine to work, start to slowly thicken this mix. Okay, so that's cooled enough to add the crème fraîche. So we're going to take a small amount of this liquid and add it to our crème fraîche. And we're just going to remove this from the ice bath so it doesn't set. In the meantime, I'm going to slightly thin out the crème fraîche using that milk. So we want to ensure that there's no lumps of crème fraîche. So this is now ready to add to the milk. So we're going to give this a good mix. Make sure that crème fraîche is fully dissolved. And then that goes back over our ice until the mix cools and thickens. So as you can see, the mix is starting to thicken, so that's now time to take it off of the ice bath. The gelatine is doing its job, it's starting to set, and this is the right time to stop that process before it sets too firm. So now we're just gonna add the cream to our glasses, and we're going to pop that into the fridge. That's going to probably take about 10-15 minutes to set. Okay, so we're now going to make the blood orange jelly. That's to top the crème fraîche. So we have 100 ml here of freshly squeezed blood orange juice that's been strained. We're just going to pour that into our pan. We've got our pre-soaked gelatine, so this was done exactly the same method as before. That's being squeezed. Now add that to our blood orange and then gently warm. Once again, we don't want to be boiling that, so that just needs to get warm until the gelatine has melted. So once this process has happened, pour that into a clean bowl. It's just a stunning colour. And again, we're going to cool that over ice. And obviously, as we top our crème fraîche, we need to make sure that it doesn't dissolve that element of the dish. With gelatine, basically it sets at cold temperatures, and this is why I'm using the ice bath here to bring it down to the correct viscosity before I top my crème fraîche. Okay, so this is now thickened enough that we're going to top the crème fraîche here. So again, you could use the piping bag method or spoon it over if you don't have one of these. Okay, so that's going to go back in the fridge now to continue to set. That will probably take another 5-10 minutes. So the next is the rhubarb. I like to do this in the oven, so it's a very slow, consistent heat. Basically, we're going to cut this into small batons. So we're going to place that rhubarb into the bowl. We're going to add the sugar and orange zest. And we're just going to give that a good mix. And this gets placed into here. Make sure we get all of that sugar. So yeah, that's how it's prepared for cooking. Then we're going to cover that with tin foil, make sure it's well sealed. And then we're going to bake that for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so I've just removed the rhubarb from the oven. So that's been 12 minutes. And as you can see, that's beautifully poached. All the juice has come out and it's all got a wonderful pink colour, and that is ready to reserve until plating the dish. So we're going to segment our blood oranges here. So as I said, these are from Italy. They're just absolutely stunning. You saw the colour of the juice that came out for our jelly. Just going to segment our blood orange. Look at that colour. So yeah, we're just going to cut each side of the vein there. Just remove each segment. So there's our blood orange segments. And you can just see the colour of that. They're going to be so sweet and juicy when we bite into those. So we have the crème fraîche, vanilla crème fraîche set in the bottom, topped with the blood orange jelly. We're going to top that with the fresh blood orange segments. And then the rhubarb. We're going to spoon over some of the rhubarb cooking liquor, the juice that's naturally come out during the poaching in the oven, and then a small drizzle of Sicilian lemon oil. Then to finish the dish, we have an almond biscuit. So here we go, the finished dish. So we've got the poached Yorkshire rhubarb with the blood orange jelly and a vanilla crème fraîche, topped with an almond biscuit.